A devil is an intelligence that hits the mark. The expression, "the devil hits the mark," is not a common or recognized French expression. However, it can be interpreted as a variation of the expression, "the devil is in the details," which means that problems or difficulties are often hidden in the smaller or less obvious aspects of a situation. In this context, to hit the mark could suggest that the devil, i.e., the problems, manifest themselves in unexpected or subtle ways, like a fly biting. To hit the mark is an expression that means that one has precisely and successfully achieved one's objective, often in an unexpected or surprising way. It is frequently used to describe an action, comment, or idea that has had the desired effect on others. To make a deal with the devil can mean, to achieve one's goal, to hit the mark, to hit the bullseye, to hit the sweet spot, to hit the center of a target, to achieve one's intended purpose, to impress. Making a deal with the devil, literally, is a concept from legend, mythology, and religion, where a person trades their soul or agrees to perform certain actions in exchange for power, wealth, knowledge, or any other desire the devil may grant. Figuratively, the phrase "deal with the devil" refers to an action or decision taken by a person who, in order to achieve a goal, sets aside their moral principles, conscience, or integrity. In folk tales, legends, and some religious beliefs, a deal with the devil involves a formal agreement, often with a signature, where a person sells their soul to the devil or a demon in exchange for favors. These favors can take various forms, such as eternal youth, wealth, power, knowledge, or the ability to fulfill specific desires. The expression "deal with the devil" is more frequently used metaphorically to describe a situation where someone, in their quest for success, power, or gain, crosses the boundaries of ethics, morality, or integrity. It is a form of implicit agreement with negative forces or values, where the price is the loss of principles or values. In summary, making a deal with the devil can be understood both literally, as a mystical agreement with dark forces, and figuratively, as an act of moral compromise to achieve a goal. Here are some common French expressions with the word devil. 1. Au diable, meaning far away or away, often used to express rejection or displeasure. For example, go to hell. It can also mean very far away or in a distant place, for example, say au diable vert. 2. To have the devil in one's body, which means to be very agitated, full of energy, sometimes with a connotation of mischief or turbulence. 3. To make the devil on all fours. This means to make a lot of noise, create disorder, or struggle for something. 4. To make ends meet. That means to have a lot of difficulty making ends meet, to provide for one's needs. 5. It's not the devil. This means that something is not so difficult, not so serious. 6. What the devil is an interjection that expresses surprise, irritation, or impatience. 7. The devil is in the details. This means that something complicated or problematic is hidden in the details. 8. To give oneself to the devil. This means to put oneself in a difficult or hopeless situation. 9. The devil is in the cows. This means that there is a lot of disorder, confusion, arguments. 10. Let's talk about the devil, short form of talk about the devil, and he appears, used when a person who was being talked about suddenly arrives. 11. Endiable, which means strongly, extremely, very much, for example, he is devilishly strong. 12. A la diable, which means without care, in a disorderly manner, without method. 13. Diable, expresses surprise or astonishment, for example, devil, he's gone. 14. Bon diable, this describes a naive person, of good will, sometimes a little simple. 15. Diable vert, designates a very remote and difficult to access place. 16. Diable diem, this is used for a remarkable person, whether positive or negative. These expressions show the richness and variety of the use of the word devil in the French language, ranging from the expression of anger and irritation to that of surprise and strength. In the familiar sense, a devil is a turbulent and unbearable child, who is rowdy, noisy, infernal. Children are very devilish. We use devil after the words who, that, how much, why, with the insistence value of therefore. For example, who the devil could have told you that? Who the devil comes after Jesus Christ? Who the devil is Mohammed? To the devil, very badly, without care. To go to the devil, to all the devils. By all the devils, unless the devil gets involved. The devil is omnipresent in our languages. We pronounce his name to curse him. But the curse on a cursed being is a blessing. Since he feeds on our remorse, our regrets, our complaints, our misfortunes, our sorrows, our evils, our pains, our doubts, our anger, our hatred and our centrifugal. A beauty of the devil designates an ephemeral and deceptive beauty, often associated with youth. It can also refer to a dangerous beauty, one that conceals an evil side or a lack of grace. In other words, it is a beauty that attracts, but can be deceptive or superficial. The expression comes from the proverb, "The devil was handsome when he was young," which emphasizes the idea of a beauty that is attractive but potentially perverse or malicious. The expression can also be used to describe a beauty that is deemed satanic or has an aura of mystery and danger. The feminine form of devil is diablesse, but we can use diable in the feminine in undiable de femme, undiable de fille. There's a pretty girl, but what big devils of red hands. By Victor Hugo. Devil, always with a lowercase letter, even when the word refers to Satan, the devil himself presided over the Sabbath. In the tradition of the Witches' Sabbath, the devil, often called Leonard or Grand Neger, is believed to preside over the assembly. He is depicted in various forms, such as a goat, a greyhound, or a tree trunk with a dark face. Witches and wizards are believed to pay homage and worship to him, sometimes through secular rituals and orgies. The devil is considered the leader or master of ceremonies of this nocturnal assembly. Beliefs about the Witches' Sabbath and the presence of the devil developed between the 15th and 17th centuries and were often associated with accusations of witchcraft and demonic rituals. It is important to note that these descriptions come from historical and folkloric sources and do not reflect proven reality. The Witches' Sabbath is a concept that has been used to justify persecution and unfounded accusations. Satan's wife is named Lilith. Lilith was Adam's adversary. Lilith is a complex figure of the Jewish religion, often described as Adam's first wife, before Eve, and sometimes associated with a female demon as Medusa and the three Gorgon sisters. She is known for refusing to submit to Adam and fled from the Garden of Eden. Her story has been interpreted in various ways, becoming a symbol of rebellious and independent femininity, especially in the context of feminism. It comes from Mesopotamian mythology, and it is taken up in the Jewish tradition. Lilith refused to submit to Adam, claiming her equality between men and women, which led to her flight and loss. Lilith, often portrayed as Adam's first wife, is associated with rebellion and independence, while Eve, later created from an Adam coast, is linked to obedience and motherhood. The rebel women are closer to Lilith than to Eve. In summary, Lilith and Eve, although linked to Adam, are characters with very different destinies and meanings in the tradition, offering a complex and nuanced vision of the role and place of women. A poor devil is a mun in a difficult situation. Let the devil prevail is an expression that is said of someone or something that one wants to get rid of. Do you see? The devil too can be a solution, in fact, it is God's alternative. The living lives and the dead sleeps. The term devil's intelligence is often used to refer to cunning, deception, or Machiavellian intelligence, often associated with the figure of the devil or the evil one in various religious and cultural traditions. It suggests an ability to manipulate, seduce, and deceive, using fallacious arguments or hidden motives. Devil's intelligence in religious lessons refers to a malevolent, cunning, and manipulative intelligence, often associated with the figure of the devil or evil, which seeks to deceive, seduce, and harm. Who the hell is the Comforter? Who in the world is the Comforter? Humanity still asks itself this question.